should do? We should start doing this to TikTok as well. I wish I'd have thought of that
Oh yeah.
before I actually went live. But we are live on YouTube, and let me check Twitter as well. Make sure that we're up there too. Bang. Yeah, we're up, man. We're good to go. All right, folks. Y'all come on, pop in, talk to us, man. We're just here to chat, man. Y'all know the man that you see over here on the screen, Jay Gold, and y'all know everything that's been going on. But we just kind of want to jump on here and talk about it. Do a little emergency pod. A lot of movement happening right now, Jay. We got a new OC. We might have a new DC. We're gonna have a brand new roster. I mean, from top to bottom, it seems there's so many things to talk about, man. What's your take on everything that's been going on?
I mean, this is the crazy the transfer portal's been in college football, but at least for Georgia Tech, it's like I went through it the other day on stream. I felt like the production Georgia Tech is returning is very, very minimal.
For sure.
I haven't. I it's you can't even go through and tell everyone because it's like you don't know if this guy's going to declare. You don't know if tomorrow this guy's going to go to the portal, and
100%.
you can't really know who your team is until really you start fall camp.
Yeah, but we were just talking about that before we went live. It's like we're going through the list of players. It's like they're not in the portal yet, and
Yeah,
yeah, that's not intel or anything, but it's like you just never know with these people. It Isaiah Kenny kind of gave us a little bit of hope by not entering like immediately, the day the portal opened, and then now he's in it. Obviously, Stockton, Philo, and Harrison Moore are all Florida bound. So peace out to those guys. And they probably won't be some of the last ones, but I agree. Not a lot of returning production, which was always going to be the case for Tech with as many seniors as we had last year. But you were certainly hoping to see some guys who have entered the portal come back, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
not at all.
It's going to be a brand new roster. I mean, in a way, that's kind of exciting. Um, and that was kind of been my outlook on this for a long time because people were freaking out about the recruiting class, and rightfully so. But this is starting to be where your roster is built more so than high school recruiting, which is so crazy to say.
Yeah, it's an odd time.
But I mean, the portal is like it's unless you're a team like in Kirby's catching some flack for this. Unless you're a team kind of like them or like maybe Clemson in previous years where you're not utilizing the portal that much, it kind of seems like now the portal. You tell me what you think about this. Is really where you build your roster more so than picking up guys from the high school ranks, which sucks.
Yeah, it's even more like it's coming more. College football is becoming more and more like NFL as the
Yeah.
years go by. It's like we got free agency. And it feels like recruiting is like the draft. Like you're really not playing many freshmen. You're developing them, but
Yeah.
most of your guys that are playing are coming from a different school that they played at previous year.
This is facts. J.R. Burns says, remember, winning ain't free. Send a check even if it's only $100. We need 40,000 fans sending a check every calendar quarter. That would be $16 million annually. I'm not smart enough to do. I'm a sidewalk fan. I'm not smart enough to do that math off the top of my head, but I'm going to do it real fast. If we did, he's right. Yeah, if 40,000 fans send $100 quarterly, which is not a big commitment, it's $400 a year. Then the program could have an extra 16 M's every year.
Dang, that's actually crazy.
That's something to think about. That's something to think about. If I see that there's some traction there, then maybe I'll jump in. One thing that I've been thinking too, like with all this portal movement, is like how difficult must it be for Ryan Alpert and Brent Key and other higher ups within Georgia Tech's program, especially folks that are involved with the fundraising, to go to these big time donors and be like, "Hey, can we have money?" Meanwhile, the whole program is I don't want to say falling apart, but it's just changing in front of our eyes. I wonder how hard that is for them.
Yeah, I mean those guys are. I saw all the guys. Was it the pit game? They honored all the gold
Yeah.
jacket guys.
Yep.
Missed opportunity. I don't know why they don't call them the yellow jackets, but
Yeah.
they're the gold jackets.
Yeah.
But they're all people that donate $1 million plus. I mean, those guys are smart with their money, and they're investing. And it's hard to invest in something that's trending down. But I'm not a big stocks guy, but I heard you're supposed to buy low. So
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, I've heard of some of these. I don't want to call them contracts because I don't know if that's what it is, but commitments. I'll say that some of these donors, like you were talking about, were making, and it's not small money. And I just wonder how they're feeling right now because to the average fan, And let's just face it, a lot of fans aren't in a position, which is fine, where they're donating, a lot of money, and it's hard for us. I can only imagine how hard it is for the people that are pouring their wealth into the program. Yeah, gosh, it's gotta be crazy.
I just, it's something crazy too. It's we're we're signing guys now, like the NFL. Like you're coming here to play, we're giving you this amount of money. Like for example, like Aaron Follow, we gave him a bunch of money to stay last year. But what does that contract include? Like that
Yeah,
kid from Georgia that transferred to Missouri, who's getting sued because he transferred, and they gave him so much money. So I wonder, like the NFL, are these contracts, are they going to turn public so we can see?
yeah,
Like,
that'd
hey,
be
these
cool.
guys are here for 2 years for $8 million.
That's the thing about all this, bro. It's like it's such we're still on the ground level, it feels like, and it's everyone refers to it as the wild, wild west, and that's just truly what it is. Like these people are starting, by people I mean players are starting to get representation, which is good, I think. But I wonder, I do wonder what the contracts look like and if they're in the best interest of the school or more so of the player, in that regard. Seems like that one dude for Georgia was definitely in the best interest of the school.
Yeah.
But that's without a ton of knowledge of that situation, so I could definitely be wrong. But yeah, I mean, I've heard some crazy numbers too on some of these agents for these. It's making me want to start a business and represent some of these cats because, dude, I'm telling you, I've heard some nutty number. I've heard 20%, which is unbelievable.
I
If
mean,
you're
you're
yeah,
poaching a kid that's 18 years old. Like, you don't know what the hell a percentage, like, in the long run, what a percentage is. You
no,
don't know
I
how
mean,
much that's going to be of what he's going to make.
if you're a college athlete listening to this, or if this gets to you, maybe we'll clip this and throw it up on Reels or Shorts or TikTok or whatever. Don't give an age at 20%. I mean, if you turn into let's just say you turn into a Brandon Sorsby and you sign for 5 million, guess what 20% of that is? $1 million. So I mean, your agent is getting $1 million of what you should be making. Oh gosh, it's crazy. I hate to see, but it's part of it. I mean, it's part of this stuff being so new for everyone. It's
Yeah.
unfortunately just the byproduct of it. But it's crazy. But it seems like we're doing portal talk beforehand, and we've kind of talked about some of the guys that have gone. Let's talk a little bit about some of these newcomers that have really, for the most part, been announced today. The big one being Jalen Mbakwe, a two-way guy out of high school. And we were talking about this beforehand. Someone that we would like to see play both ways for Tech, a little Travis Hunter type, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he posted on his story before he even posted that he transferred a picture of the Jim Thorpe Award, which what goes to the best DB every year.
Yeah,
So, I mean, what I was saying, like, I feel like if we want to be in the national conversation, like we were this year, as much start 8-0, like if we're playing him both ways, we saw how easy it is for a guy to get so much attention playing both ways and performing
yeah,
well, and I'm sure he's going to perform well both ways, especially in the ACC. I mean, Travis Hunter competed in the Big 12, right? Are they in the Big 10? I
Big
don't know what
12, yeah,
Colorado Big 12.
yeah.
I mean, he went from playing top tier SEC teams. Now he's going to be playing in the ACC. I'm sure he can be one of the top players in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, he was the number 12 guy in the 2024 class, and overall, not just at his position. I think he was number 2
Yeah,
at his
number two.
position. So, I mean, clearly, a highly touted dude, a guy that a lot of people should be excited about, regardless of if he plays both ways or not. But I do agree that if that's something he wants to do, I think we let him do it. And it almost feels like maybe that was part of the pitch, and this is not intel. But I just wonder, if it was part of the pitch for Tech. Hey, come here. You can play both ways. You be the next Travis Hunter, or you'll be yourself, but you can follow that Travis Hunter model.
Yeah,
Be
and
cool to
then
see. Like you said, a lot of attention on that.
that other kid from Alabama as well, the interior offensive lineman. I
Yeah,
don't know how to pronounce his last name.
yeah, I
Joseph
don't either.
Ionata.
Ionata, something like that.
I
Something
mean,
like that.
he's 6'5", 300. That's a big pickup as well.
Yeah, for sure. It takes some of the sting away from, like, I don't know if you remember Bear Fretwell, the offensive lineman from this recruiting class that was initially committed to Tech and was for a long
Oh
time, and then
yeah,
ended up flipping to Bama. It kind of feels like we traded now Fretwell for we'll just call him Joseph because that's his first name. Uh, yeah, it takes away some of the sting from that, and also it takes away some of the sting from all these guys going to Florida because I'll continue to send him there if Alabama continues to send him here, which is kind of becoming a trend.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that all day.
Yeah,
Go
it's been
play for
pretty cool.
Florida. See how fun that is.
Yeah, man, that's going to be an interesting thing to see how that unfolds.
It sucks though, because they're like, I mean, there's stuff definitely going on behind the scenes, but they're like, I had a good relationship with Harrison Moore and Bailey Stockton, and I talked to Aaron Philo a couple times. But I mean, I feel like definitely Aaron Philo leaving inflicted Bailey Stockton leaving, but I
Oh,
don't
for
know
sure.
what happened with Harrison Moore.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, in other transfer news, um, something that just happened that we were talking about again before we started was Anthony Calandria. He's headed to Nebraska, um, which is, I mean, I don't know if it's surprising or not. I mean, he's already had his time in the ACC at Virginia, went down to play for UNLV, and now is headed to fill the shoes of Dylan Raiola, Patrick Mahomes Jr. What do you think about that move for him?
I mean, I guess go to Nebraska if I was a quarterback like him. Like looking at teams that want me, Nebraska probably wouldn't be first on my list unless they pulled out the checkbook, which they probably did. They sell out their stadium every
Yeah,
week to go 600 for 500 and
yeah,
not beat any ranked opponents. But they definitely pulled out the checkbook for him because I couldn't wrap my head around him going there for
yeah,
NFL to be
yeah. Me
developed.
neither. Someone else's shoes he has to fill is Jeff Sims. I'll never forget Jeff Sims' little stint there at Nebraska. That
Yeah,
was
that's a
funny.
big one as well.
Before he ended, hey, that man balled out these last few games at Arizona State. I'm
Yeah,
proud
he
of the kid.
did. He
He really
actually
did.
did. He had what,
Has
like
he?
200 plus rushing yards one game?
Yeah, yeah. Even in their bowl game, he played really well. I mean, this is surely he doesn't have any eligibility left. Surely.
Who knows? I mean,
Maybe
Diego
I
and
missed
Haynes
both.
were in college football for a long time.
Yeah, I think they were in the same class though, so I'd be shocked if he does have any left. But
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, his first year at Tech was 2020, so he's played one, two, three. He's taken snaps in one, two, three, four, five, 6 seasons. So surely
yeah, he's got to be
he would
gone.
not have another year. He might have got a COVID year and maybe another redshirt year, but he's got to be out of there. But hey, a good way to go out for Jeff Sims. But yeah, Calandra is a guy that I said on our last show that I probably wouldn't want, but kind of like the Godsey thing, which we'll get into shortly, I started to gaslight myself. The more I started to believe it was going to happen, the more I started to gaslight myself into liking it, because he's a high, he's a high ceiling, high floor kind, or I'm sorry, low floor kind of guy. Turns the ball over a little too much, especially when he was at Virginia. Obviously, he was like a true freshman playing for them, but he's an exciting, like, I don't want to compare him to Johnny Manziel, but it's the first name that comes to my head, like extend the play, run around and make something happen kind of guy.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
didn't watch too much about him. I don't know what my fixation on Graham Knowles is, but
you
I
talking about
really I
Graham Knowles?
Mr. 6'7". So I just got a fixation on him. I like these Texas kids. He played at
Yeah,
South Lake Carroll and balled out in a year and a half he started there.
dude, that's a heck of a program there in Texas too. I mean,
It's like the
to
best high school football you can play.
yeah, it is, it really is. I'm kind of with you. I mean, I think whoever's being brought in is being brought in knowing that it's a competition. This isn't
Yeah.
going to be a place like what Calandria probably is going through now in Nebraska, and a couple other of these guys are looking for at their schools. Certainly, Swordsby going to Texas Tech and stuff like that. Um, I think whoever comes here should know that Graham Knowles is not here to just give the job away. I
Yeah.
agree with you though. I'm excited for him.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people at Tech were like, we want a guy like Haynes King where he's going to transfer in and stay here. I mean, this is, Haynes King wasn't 6'7", but this is a Texas kid who's gritty and hasn't left yet. He definitely could have. He probably could have went and played somewhere lower tier and got
Yeah.
snaps, but he has not yet. So
And clearly a team guy too, obviously looks like he's had just based on social media and what we've seen on there. I've seen him commenting on a lot of these guys' posts that are entering the portal or whatever. And have we seen a single Tech is home post? We haven't.
oh no,
Other than from us. We posted.
one Toby.
Did Toby post one?
Yeah, he said like run this poop emoji back. So like I don't know if we can cuss on here or not, but yeah.
You can say what you want, man. I mean, I don't think any children are listening. Well,
Yeah,
I
but I
mean,
think he's the only one that I've seen like, hey, let's run it back.
we need an official. I need to see the Tech is home post start rolling out. I was kind
Yeah,
of
that's
bummed about Pritchett too. I was hoping that he would stay, but
yeah.
he's
He was
gonna
like one of
go.
the first people to go. No,
Yeah,
besides
right
like
away.
Peyton Joseph.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well, he was one of the first people to go when the portal actually opened. He he didn't go in there or I guess make it known. I don't think before it was actually open. Um, J.R. Burns says surely with 2 years with Winky, we're not writing off Graham Knowles. Yeah, I don't think we are. I mean, Jay and I certainly aren't. Hopefully, a lot of the rest of the fans aren't as well. I
Yeah.
think,
Oh yeah, he spent 2 years with Chris Winkie. Yeah,
and that's the thing too
that's
about a lot
great
of these
for him.
transfer quarterbacks. Like, I feel like you know Haynes being another great example of that. You can't. I mean, yes, especially for guys that have like 1 year eligibility, then you can kind of make this judgment. But if they've got 2+ years of eligibility left, then you can trust that they'll be developed in a similar fashion to Haynes. And if they've got turnover issues now, but clearly the raw talent is there, then that's stuff that Chris Winkie and now George Godsey will be able to work out of them.
Yeah, and that tied in from Dartmouth,
Yeah,
Chris Corbo.
yeah, him
Last
and then
time last time we got a tight end from the Ivy League, Jackson Hawes. He's
yep,
catching
yep.
touchdowns on Sundays.
Yep,
So
balling out for the Bills now, and then the other kid too from Rutgers. I mean, I've honest to God not done my fair share of research on these cats yet, but anytime you can pick up a defensive lineman, it's a good thing.
that's what we need too. We need some big guys
For
in
sure.
between the edges.
It seems now more than ever, people are coming around to the fact that where your money needs to go is quarterback and the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. So hopefully, we'll start to see some more of those pickups coming like we have these last few days. But we just mentioned Godsey, so let's roll into that. New offensive coordinator, man, on the flats, and there's been a multitude of opinions on George Godsey and his hire at Georgia Tech. I'm curious where you stand on that and your initial take on him officially becoming the offensive coordinator for Tech.
I've seen it on both ends of the spectrum online. The feedback from that, I think it's a great hire. I like keeping it in house, keeping the culture of Georgia Tech. I mean, I trust anyone that Brent Key wants to bring in. As we see, he's brought in some good guys. A lot of people didn't like Gideon, but I thought Blake Gideon did a good job as well. I feel like he's had great hires. So hopefully, this. I don't know much about George Godsey's offense, but I mean, he coached those tight ends pretty well in Baltimore. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah. Well, if
know.
you listen to his thing today on whatever it is 680, he was kind of saying that it sounds like he's going to be aligned with Brent in running the ball first, which I it is what it is. And I think it's worked for Tech so far, but I think a lot of that was due to having Haynes King at quarterback. Um, and I hope that they'll be able to continue to recruit at a high level at the quarterback and at the wide receiver position, knowing that it's going to be a run first offense.
Yeah, and I mean, we have the one of the best running backs in the nation, yards per carry, to do it with Hosley.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah,
Again, not intel, but until that portal's closed, I'm not counting out anything. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how all that plays out with him coming into the fold. I mean, had a pretty decent stint for Central Florida in the college ranks before getting called up to NFL, and he's made various stops throughout his NFL career. Like you said, most recently a tight ends coach for the Ravens, and I think that's a lot of people. It's good to have NFL experience. It's cool and it's nice. For college kids to say, my offensive coordinator is plugged in with all these folks in the NFL, which I'm sure Gotsey is, but he hasn't recruited in a very long time, and he's not been an offensive coordinator for a very long time either. So those two things I feel like are the biggest drawbacks for people. And folks really are arguing that if he wasn't a tech man, which is a term that's thrown around a lot, then he wouldn't have even been in the conversation. Do you agree with that?
I mean, obviously, like if he wasn't a Tech guy, he probably wouldn't really have any interest in Georgia Tech. And a lot of people call it a lazy hire, but it's like Brent Key and George Godsey have to go to work together every day. Like you're gonna want an offensive coordinator that gets along with the head coach. And I'm gonna call it as it is. Obviously, Buster Faulkner and Brent Key did not see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Is why Buster Faulkner took an offensive coordinator job at a separate school where he didn't get a raise or a promotion. He just left. So
Yeah.
a guy that's going to go eye to eye with Coach Key is, I feel like, beneficial in the long run for Tech.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's one of those things I feel like where the verdicts for me is still gonna be out because like, I agree, but to me, if the thing is with Faulkner that the last 2 games in particular, really the story that I've heard is before Pitt, the game plan was kinda hijacked a little bit by Brent Key, and this is not, from anybody who you should consider this to be scripture from or anything like that. But, what I've heard is that the game plan was hijacked a little bit before Pitt. We wanted to give Jamal some carries for senior night and stuff like that, which is fine because he's got playmaking ability and all that. But that's the reason why the offense came out the way that they did so flat in that game. And if that is the case, then maybe it's best that Brent doesn't have complete autonomy over the offense and the ability to just kind of step in when he wants to and change the game plan. Um, if that is the case, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Again, I don't want to speculate too much, but that's just kind of what's been thrown around. Interesting development that just happened now, as we have been live after Swarm tweeted, "Hope y'all are ready for a Gideon coach defense in 2026." What the heck is going on with that? I guess it was probably around a week ago, not quite a week ago, but 3-4 days ago when all those Texas accounts that are very credible sources, by the way, and don't often miss on stuff like this, started to report with confidence that Gideon was going back to coach safeties at Texas. Now it seems maybe that's not the case, dude. What the heck is happening?
Yeah, I know nothing about that situation because I haven't seen anyone come in the interview and like we're getting news that he's going to Texas and to take a demotion to go coach safeties.
Yeah,
Right? Was he going to be a
yeah,
coordinator or just coach safeties?
yeah,
So
yep. That's
I
all
know
he'd be
nothing
doing.
about that situation though.
I mean, that's what happened. It was reported that he was gonna go there to do what you just said, to coach the safeties, and, he wanted to work back under Muschamp and all that stuff, and, my take on that was, I don't want us to keep hiring people from Texas, because Texas people freaking love Texas, and especially a guy like Blake Gideon, who played for the school and, obviously coached for the school before coming to Tech. If there's a place that people get homesick from, it's the dang Lone Star State. And that was another example with Blake Gideon. If that does end up being the case, or even if he just kicked the tires on it, that's proof enough that he was kind of looking for a way out. I wonder what the heck happened.
Yeah, I mean that. I guess that'll be interesting to develop. I feel like they'll definitely have to come out and say on their socials Georgia Tech if he's staying or not. Because
Yeah.
I mean, no one.
Do you make a post though? I mean, do you make a post if he's staying? Because if he's staying, that's kind of just the expectation, right?
I felt. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just felt like everyone thought he was gone.
I think so too. I think so too. But because again, like those websites that were reporting that stuff, they don't often miss. So it was interesting to see that they reported that with such confidence, and now here we are, potentially that not being the case. Not even a week later.
So
It's
like, was his contract up? Well, he
no,
was. Uh,
no, he wasn't on a 1 year with Tech. He was due to come back in 2026. So I don't know what the heck is going on there. If he ends up doing it, that's fine. I mean, I think Tech. I don't think it really could get a whole lot worse on the defensive side of the ball. So if we got to find someone else, then so be it. And on that note, why am I ask? Have y'all heard anything from Eric Henderson for defensive coordinator? I've heard that name tossed around, but it's all kind of been speculation, and we might not even need a defensive coordinator, is what it sounds like. So I don't
yeah.
I don't know on that, but it would be someone that I would be on board with. I mean, I would prefer Santucci to come back. It seems like a lot of things are going south in Baltimore, so it'd be cool if he returned. I would take that for sure.
Yeah, I would like that as well.
So yeah, man,
Yeah, I mean,
those
it seems like he's going to be out of a job. So
for sure. Yeah, I mean, all
Harbaugh's
those
gone unless he's going to follow Harbaugh to the Falcons. I'm just kidding. That would be kind of cool though. If
to the
Harbaugh.
Falcons. Yeah, apparently there's been 7 teams. I got a ESPN notification a
Oh
little bit
yeah, I
ago.
saw that.
Yeah, 7 teams reach out to them about Harbaugh, which doesn't really surprise me. I'm curious if Atlanta's one of them. Kinda I would assume they are. But if Santucci's coming back to Atlanta, it better be for them Jackets. We're not going to
Yeah.
coach the Falcons. But yeah, man, there's just so much going on, so many crazy things happening. Kinda just wanted to jump on here and talk about it and just get our thoughts out into the air. Georgia Tech's, playing Syracuse in basketball right now, and I've seen it confirmed, your take earlier, that there's nobody there, which I just can't believe because Nate George is back in town, and this is a good ACC game. We just got a nice win against BC, um, and then now we have no one at the game. I wonder why. I guess with it being a Tuesday night, that doesn't help.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have. I love all Georgia Tech sports, but I really don't have much interest to go to a basketball game again.
Let's see what the score. Well, you went to a bad one. We got to get you to a better one. You
Well,
went,
we're down 6. I think it's 30-24.
yeah, that's not bad. I got to find
I
chance.
watched the Duke game. We almost beat Duke. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, that's what I wanna see from this team every week. And again, we're gonna get you to another game because that one that you went to, that's not Georgia Tech basketball. That's not we need to get you to an ACC game. I'm sure your mind will change on it, unless you just don't love basketball, then that's one thing.
No, I do like basketball. Hopefully,
Well,
we bring a ranked team to town. I don't know. I haven't looked at the schedule. If we bring like this UNC come here. Did we play Duke at home or in Cameron?
it was at Cameron. Yeah, that's why there was such a free throw discrepancy because we were on the road. I mean, I think it was 12 free throws for Tech to 35 for Duke.
That's
So, I mean,
insane.
talk about a game that you lose by a small margin. It's not hard to find where all those points came from, and there's just no way that one team plays that much cleaner than another in a basketball game. I don't see that being true. But
Dang.
but that's what happened.
Any more rumors you hear about anyone in the transfer portal
No, I mean, I
that
mean,
we're looking at?
yes and no. I mean, again, it's all kind of speculation at this point. There's been guys that have been confirmed on campus. I mean, obviously, Bo Prabula's the one of the other guys that a lot of people are talking about. We'll see what happens there. Um, that we might be getting strong armed. We might be strong arming them. We'll see what happens. I go back and forth on that one too. It's kind of like Godsey, where I'd gaslight myself into liking it if it did happen. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, I don't really know, man. I just it seems like this stuff changes every day. It's hard to make definitive statements on this kind of stuff. I mean, even the freaking defensive coordinator is we're unsure if he's even coming back. So I definitely don't know what's going through the head of a 18, 19-year-old kid.
Yeah. When does the portal
It's all
close? Is it soon?
I think it's open for a couple weeks. Here, let me look it up real fast.
To the 16th?
That sounds right. Yeah, January 16th. So yeah,
We
January
got
2nd
10
to January
days.
16th. So not much longer left. That's what we were saying on the last show. This stuff is going to move fast. So if you're a coach, this probably used to be a time where you maybe got to relax a little bit before the whole transfer portal era. Now it's like I feel bad for college football. I mean, I do and I don't. They get paid handsomely, but it's got to be one of the hardest jobs in the world, man. I mean, there's just no time off at all,
Uh-uh.
especially now.
There's a 4-day window for the postseason players. So maybe we'll get some kids from the Natty or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll take Ruben Bain or someone like that if he wants to forego the NFL and come finish up his career at Georgia Tech. That'd be pretty nice from him. That dude, that I'm excited for those games for sure. I think we got the best top four that we could have asked for in this playoff.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not the regular guys too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. If
some
we'd have
team
had
can win their first Natty.
if it was Georgia, Ohio State versus who would have been on the other side? I mean, I think Oregon was a lock.
Indiana.
Oregon was always a lock, but yeah, yeah, that would have sucked. Indiana, or I guess it would have been Oregon, Alabama. Had Alabama and I got steamrolled, that would have sucked for sure. But
Yeah. I mean, Miami might win a Natty before another 90 before they win the ACC. So
With Calandria going to Nebraska, you think Georgia Tech signs a quarterback for depth instead of a starter? We kind of talked about that earlier. I mean, I think Jay and I are both kind of we're Graham Knowles guys. So
it's
we'll
his job to win.
yeah, yeah.
Or
So we'll see what happens there. I mean, I think you're looking for someone who can definitely come in and compete for the starting job. Whether or not they end up taking it from Graham, if you want to call it that, is another thing. And I don't think there's really anyone who's in the portal right now that would just be like, oh, he's coming, he's the starter for
yeah,
sure. You know what I'm saying?
Ty Simpson hasn't entered yet. There's big talks about him.
I mean, listen, we'll keep the Bama to Tech pipeline alive for you, Ty. We'll keep it going. We'll have
We
a
got two of his guys, so
yeah, we almost had Haynes in New York. You were almost in New York.
exactly.
There's some commonality here. Let's finish the job, come to Tech, and you can be a Heisman candidate just like Haynes King should have been. Lagway might end up on the flats.
I'll
I was
pass.
I was looking into that, and it just doesn't. I haven't really just seen many developments as far as him even visiting Georgia Tech. Have you?
I hope not. I don't think he's very good, but
That was another guy that I gaslit myself into being okay with if that did come to fruition. Only really because it would have been nice to steal someone from Florida, even though it really wouldn't have been stealing them because he was pushed out.
because I was messing with my best friend Noah because he's a Florida State fan, and it's like, oh, you're getting DJ Lagway. It can't get much worse than that. And then they got Ashton Daniels, so it kind of did it'll get a little bit worse than that, but
I was gonna say if I was them, I don't know. I mean, Ashton Daniels is a dog. Like he's a good player and he's a hardy guy. But I
at
don't know.
Stanford, this is a good correlation: 21 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. It's like Jameis Winston. He had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a season.
Yeah, I saw your video about Florida
Yeah,
State's lack of success at quarterback in the transfer portal. They
yeah, they're
they're
not good at that one.
they're really not. And I mean, Daniels is I think he can be good, but it's not the guy that you're like, all right, he's gonna be the one to turn it around. And maybe
Florida
they're
State
not done
also needs more than a quarterback as well. They need a whole team out of the
for
portal.
sure. Maybe they're
They
not
had
done yet though.
they had
I
one
mean,
of their best players take his name out of the draft or a little, but then he entered his name to the portal. So
you're like that. What a swing of emotions for a player. You're like, yes, he's coming back. No, he's in the portal. Knows for Heisman, 6'7", strong arm QB from Texas. My only worry is Goose normally has mobile quarterbacks. I mean, he's probably not incapable as a runner. I would say that he would have been just as capable as Philo as a runner. I mean, if you're 6'7", you got to think you're taking some pretty big strides. So,
yeah,
I mean, I don't think he's a statue, but he's not Haynes King either.
he's what they say about most white quarterbacks. He's sneaky athletic.
Yeah,
He's got deceptive speed. Once you see him get off that line of scrimmage, it's a little too late. He's already out of bounds. So
he's a good student of the game, real coachable guy. that's that's the stereotype at least. But yeah, man, I feel like we've hit on most of these things. It'll be interesting to see what unfolds the rest of the night, the rest of the week, in regards to the Blake Gideon stuff. I don't really care, to be honest, because I was already mentally prepared for him to come back. And then when when the rumors came out that he wouldn't be, my headspace is all right. Well, really can't get much worse. So I don't really care. I care who we hire, but again, not like we're going to make a worse hire.
yeah,
So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, I expect a lot more movement from Tech in the portal. It seems there's been a few guys that have made the decision pretty quick. So clearly they're being aggressive. I wonder if it was true that Mbakwe committed while at Georgia.
that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, maybe like right when his visit ended.
If so, man, you're number one in my heart already.
Yeah,
He's a man after all of our own hearts. If that's truly what he did. Does Jared still have eligibility? Might need you. Listen, man, I didn't finish college, so I probably do have some eligibility left, but I think I would give Graham Knowles the nod over myself. Now, maybe a third string kind of guy, walk on kind of guy. Sure, listen, I'll hold the water for the team. I'll be the guy that comes into the timeouts with the Gatorade bottles and squirting it through the face
you
mask.
can be a play caller,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
play
I,
signaler.
we'll see. Yeah, be holding up the Waffle House signs on the sideline.
Yeah,
When is the swag episode? What are we talking about? I don't know what are we talking. What swag episode are we talking about? Jay's the one with the swag. This man's got packages coming from Georgia Tech. We need to get some of that swag. But I did get a cool hat for Christmas though. It was like a brown Georgia Tech hat. It's rare you see
Ooh,
a brown one.
yeah.
We know you got a Lambo, bro. Listen, my lips are sealed. What happened with me is behind closed doors. That's not to be discussed. But no, I do have a Tesla though.
I was about to say, I know you have a Tesla. I've seen it from your videos.
Yeah, it's funny. I for whatever reason, when I feel like making a video, I just walk into my car. Just I take this thing with me, and I'm just like, all right, let's just rant. In fact, I did that before we hopped on here, so I'll be posting some stuff here soon. GT Gear is hard to find. See those posts #fit I appreciate you. I'm trying my best, man. I'm just a unk that's
It's the
trying to
last
fit
of the
in.
Adidas apparel. They're getting rid of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see what Under Armour throws. I don't have very high hopes for that.
I'm not a bit. I like Adidas. At least they're giving us some money. That's all. That's all I
Yeah,
care about.
the uniforms were good this past year too, and I got a hot take here. The grays. I know people aren't gonna like this. I wish we wore them more than once. I thought they looked so good, man. I know it's not a
Uh,
Georgia Tech color, but I just thought they were awesome. And it was
yeah,
black, and we talk about the black watch all the time.
yeah.
I like recording from my car so my neighbors don't have to hear my belly aching. My belly aching's right now, and if it wasn't for this microphone having such a sensitive like pickup range, you could hear it. I haven't eaten dinner yet. And on that note, we probably should knock this thing out, Jay. We'll do it again within the next couple of days because I do expect a lot more things to happen. Um, within the next few days. So I'm kind of pumped for that. And it's going to be exciting. Over the next 10 days, we're really going to get a look at what this team is going to look like, which is it's exciting and scary at the same time because I'd be slightly optimistic right now, but hopefully we'll pick up a lot more pieces before we get in there.
Good deal.
Section 103 needs to sponsor the pod. I freaking agree. We'll talk to them about that. We got to get some of those rec talk numbers before we can start talking to them about that. But we'll see. Hey, the sky's the limit, man. We appreciate all you guys for watching. Jay, appreciate you coming on, man. We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
jump off of here, and again, we'll do it again here soon. But thank y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all keeping us entertained in the chat, giving us some good things to talk about. We'll do it again soon. But thank you all again. Much love. Another emergency pod down. We'll see you on the next one.